You like sports?
I do.
You like soccer, right?
Football.
But football.
But you call it soccer, but it's
Right,
football.
yeah, I was told I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
Over here it's called football, but over there it's called soccer.
No. Over here it's called soccer. Over there it's called football.
No, but we have football here.
No, you have American football.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have football, soccer over there.
Football. Let me ask you something.
I heard it was a really big thing.
It's so massive over there.
My producer,
Yeah.
he loves soccer. He used to play
yeah?
it. You played in college, right? Yeah. Daniel
Okay.
played in college, so he really told me more about it since I was going to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You was
Football
telling
is
me
very
about
big,
how
man.
big it is.
It's massive, man. Massive. It's probably it is the biggest sports there. It's the biggest sports in Europe in general. It's crazy. The stadiums, 60, 70,000 people every game.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's like you have many leagues. You know what I mean? Like you don't just have one, two. It's like loads of different leagues, and they're all getting crazy numbers of fans. So it's a big sport. Big.
Really?
Yeah, man.
And so, do you play professionally, or you?
No, I don't play professionally. I've never played professionally.
Why
but
you never go? Did you want to?
No, you know, it's never something that I was.
I got you.
Yeah, I would play with friends, but not something I took up serious in my life.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Over here, they are destroying our sports with this race stuff. The blacks are kneeling during national anthem. They're
kneeling in England.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
They are kneeling in England.
Every player kneels.
Does that break your heart to see that?
It doesn't break my heart.
Do you think
It's
that's
good that
disgusting?
it's good that they're showing solidarity together and that they're united together and doing this. Whether it's going to make a change or not, it's yet to see. But it's good that see this, that the stands of like, if you come to a football game, and I'm talking the British football, right? If you come to the game and you're identified in the audience or in the stands as being racial to any player, and you get caught, you get a lifetime ban from that ground.
Really?
Yes. So, you know, it's not good, and I'm glad the players are still doing it and keep on going. You know what I mean? Like the new, like doing this, because just to show that they, no matter what, you're in a country. England used to be known as a very racist country, and it still has got a lot of issues. There's a lot of racism there. I know you say you don't believe in racism.
Right,
it doesn't exist. But the fact that their biggest sport, the ones that millions watch weekly, they're still doing it in front of their faces, and it's not going to go nowhere, is good. Because that's the only way, is to continue to let them know it's not going to happen.
Really? I know I saw this thing called, there's a hashtag, no room for racism.
Yeah, no room for racism.
And what I don't understand, and maybe you can help me understand, England was created and founded by white people. It's a white country.
Yeah.
And as a result of white people founding and creating this country, it's amazing, right? And so the other people coming from different countries to an amazing country, why do they go to the white countries and try to tell the white people, you got to fit in what I want, instead of them fitting in with the country? If they don't like that, why don't you just stay wherever they are?
Well, the thing with the UK, and I'll speak on the UK in that sense, is that especially England, when the war happened, a lot of black people came over from the Caribbean, a lot.
Right.
And they came over to help rebuild Great Britain back to what it is. They helped. They came over there working in the medical, working in building, everything. So they have helped a lot. You understand what I mean?
Right.
NHS, which is the hospital that we have over there, is the NHS, which is our care. All of that is a lot of African and Caribbean people that work in there. At the end of the day, they came there. It doesn't matter. They're not telling you what to do, but it's what not to do.
But they don't have a right to tell somebody in their own home what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, but you don't.
Why don't they move back to where they come from?
It goes back to what you're saying. If you're angry against somebody because of the color of their skin, right? If you have hate towards somebody because of the color of their skin, is that right?
But it seems as though the blacks have more anger toward the whites than the whites have toward the blacks.
I think it works
because
both
the
ways.
whites been trying to appease them. They give them everything they want. they want affirmative action, they want free stuff, they want this and that. The white people say, okay, you can have it, you can have it. When would enough be enough for the blacks?
See, I don't really know about over here. I mean, there might be a difference with America and the UK in the sense of things like that. But at the end of the day, like I said previously, I think it's just we just all want to be equal people in this world.
But they're asking for something. No one can make you equal. That's a dumb
No,
idea.
but if you're working in a system, anywhere you're working, and you know that there's only one black person in this working environment, and there's 100 white people, but the one black person is at the bottom of the chain in terms of pay in terms of jobs or whatever. That's not right, is it?
They're not the only person at the bottom. There's other people down there with them too.
Yeah, but if they're at the bottom, they're the loss. If they had to
But
ask
how
somebody.
would they know that though?
No, but I'm just saying because of how
They
they're
would
treated.
assume that.
No, how people are treated. You don't feel like you have ever been judged by the color of your skin?
I might have been because over here the blacks act so bad.
Not the
and the
blacks
white people
okay.
are afraid of them,
Yeah.
right? So they may be thinking all blacks are like that until they get to know me or know other blacks who are not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they may think that because of the majority of blacks being out of control, and you don't know when you're gonna meet a nice black, right?
But then don't you feel like there's a lot of white people out of control too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there are a
So
lot.
it works 50-50.
But the blacks
then.
are leading the way to destruction.
But then you could say that, but then there's a lot of I know where this conversation will go if we started, but we could say that with a lot of these white shootings that you're seeing in schools. The shooters are white.
But the blacks are doing it every day. They're committing mass shootings.
And that's why I said I knew where the conversation would go.
They're committing mass shootings every day in the black communities.
I hear what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is that it's the whole thing of it happens in everywhere.
I know, but it's too, for the number of blacks who live here, they're leading the way in crime.
You said you picked cotton, right?
Yes, sir. It was amazing. Wow.
I feel like that's why a lot of black people won't like you because of that.
Because I'm free?
Not say no for saying stuff like that it was amazing to pick cotton.
It was.
But why was it?
We earned a living. We were independent. We didn't have to beg the white man for anything. We didn't blame. We bought land. They taught the children trades, and some went to college if they wanted to go. Black people building universities. They were free then because they were earning their way. They weren't begging and blaming.
Wouldn't you want to be loved by more of the black people?
What?
Wouldn't you want to be loved by more of the black people than the white people?
I don't want to be loved by anyone.
No?
It doesn't matter.
You don't care?
No, I love them. I don't need them to love me.
So you do love black people?
I love I love black people.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to wake them up. I'm telling them to stop identifying with color, stop blaming other people for their failure, forgive their mothers for turning them away from their fathers, and forgive the father for not protecting them from the mother, so that God can forgive them and that anger will disappear and they'll treat everybody the same way.
But not everybody's going to treat them the same way.
They won't need that.
But it will. They will need it. Because
No,
if you go places,
if
you
you
go, let me tell you something. If you go certain places, even today, you go to certain places, you will be judged based on the color of your skin, no matter how peaceful you are inside.
But how would I know that? And why would I care?
Because of how they treat you. They might spit in your coffee before they give it to you.
But how would I know that?
You won't, but that just knowing that could be happening to you based on the color of your skin. This is why these people...
But you don't know that. You assume that.
No, man. You trust me. People treat you different, man.
I'm sure they do.
People treat you different. Somebody won't open a door for you because just based on the color of your skin.
And I don't need them to open the door. I open myself.
I know, but they will... All right. So then we don't have equality. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't need equality. I'm whole. I don't need somebody else to
Somebody really hurt you, you know.
No.
Somebody... I bet there's
I got to ask you this because they told me we run out of time.
All right, go on.
So I was talking about the kneeling thing, right?
Yeah.
At the events.
Yeah.
And there was a black athlete who did not kneel, a guy by the name Wilford Zaha.
Oh, yeah, Zaha.
Zaha. Did you respect him for not kneeling?
No, I actually know him as well.
Oh, you know him?
I actually know him.
But
Look,
wasn't that cool that at least one black person stood
listen,
up for what is
like
right?
I'm saying, yeah, everybody have their own choice in life to do what they want to do.
Right.
Right? If he decides not to do that, cool. But at the same time, it's a bit like all your other teammates are doing it, right? I cannot remember. There was a reason why they didn't do it, and there was another guy that didn't do it as well, Ivan Tony, and I know him as well. There was a reason why they both didn't do it at the time. And I cannot remember the reason right now. If I did, I wish I did so I could say it. I might have to do a research and get it
Right.
sent over to you.
Oh, okay.
But I remember there was a reason why they did it.
But did you respect him for not
No,
following
I think he
the-
should have. I think he should have done it.
Did you respect him for not following the crowd but being willing to stand alone?
No, I think he should have done what everybody else is doing.
Oh, so you think that he should have followed the crowd?
Not say follow the crowd. He should have done what everyone else is doing
Why?
because you know what it stands for.
But maybe he doesn't agree with that. And
Okay,
he's
but-
willing
but
to
that-
stand alone
Maybe.
because most people are so weak, they'll follow the crowd
Yeah.
because they can't stand alone.
Okay.
Do you respect a person that follows the crowd or one that stands alone?
No, I do. I like people that do stand alone.
Yeah.
But it has to also be something about what you're doing as well, right? If you're gonna follow a crowd, if you're gonna stand alone against what you know is humanity, what is right.
But he didn't say that was right. I don't know why he did it, but
Yeah.
did you know that 99.999.999% of the time, 999.99%, the crowd is wrong.
Yeah.
Always. It's that one that stands alone that's right. The crowd is always
you that one?
wrong. And then weak people, because they're emotional, emotional people control other emotional
Yeah.
people. Because if one kneel, the other emotional person gonna look, oh, they're kneeling, and they'll have to kneel because
When the last time you cried?
when the last time I cried,
Yeah.
that's a good question.
Yeah, I think you need a good cry.
You know?
I think you need to let it out, man. I feel like you need to just sit down and let it out. I feel you have all this. I feel you have so much build up inside of you.
I know.
You need to just.
I remember I was my great grandkid came to see me for a while,
Yeah.
and he is so smart. And I remember one day he and I was having a talk, and it was so wise what he was saying. As a kid, most kids do, right?
Yeah.
I felt joy for him that he was so smart, and I was hoping nobody destroy that, take that
Yeah.
away from him. So maybe that's the last time.
Okay.
But I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
In 2021, there was 3 high-profile black athletes who received the so-called racial abuse after they failed their team. You remember that?
They didn't fail their team.
After it says they failed their team.
That's what the media puts out.
Oh, they didn't fail their team? They failed the team to win a championship or something like that?
That's what the media puts out.
So what happened?
They missed their penalties, right? All three of them.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 of them missed their penalty, and it cost them the Europe the cup. I think the Euro Cup, right?
Yeah.
Now it goes back to what I said to you earlier, that this is where we just want equality. England got knocked out of the World Cup, the last World Cup,
Right.
and their captain, the White Hurricane, missed a penalty that could have carried us.
And they were black, right?
The 3
The three
in
were black.
2021,
They were black?
They were black.
Okay.
Right? They received so much racial abuse. They were cussed about the color of their skin. They were told to go back home. They said you shouldn't represent our country. All of these things. Right? That's racist. No, Harry Kane, the white Englishman, captain of the English team in the World Cup that just ended in December, December, missed a penalty and received 0. He didn't receive a report saying failed. Harry Kane failed. He didn't receive that. That goes back to what I'm saying.
And you think
all
that's
people
racism?
want is equality, of course. Because if that was one more of those black players that missed that penalty again,
Right.
the media would be pasted in everywhere. It's facts. It shows. If you can't see that,
That's
why?
not racist. You know what that is?
Go on.
They taking football too seriously.
Nah, man. That's just showing you what happens.
Football ain't that important, you know?
Listen, I'll show you.
Let me ask you this.
Go on.
One of those guys went on, from what I read and heard, that one of those guys, those black guy, went and joined another team or something?
Wait, let me
Or
see.
another, I
Harry
don't know if they call it team.
Yeah,
He went to soccer.
He plays soccer and he hasn't missed since.
Oh yeah, soccer.
Oh, he plays
One of
soccer,
the players. He plays
hasn't
for my
missed-
team.
Right,
He plays for
hasn't
my
missed
team, the team
since.
that I support, Arsenal. He hasn't missed a penalty since then.
Right.
Right.
So that made him better then.
But it's not saying it made him better. He just know that he's showing. He's basically kicking racism, showing them that, look, see, watch me now. But they still put the white guy forward to take the penalty. I'll show you another example. I know you're running out of time. You got things there. In England, there's a player called Raheem Sterling. All right. And there's a player called Phil. I think it's Phil Foden. Yeah, Phil Foden. Phil Foden bought his mom a house, a nice big house, right? And it was in the papers. Young footballer proudly bought his mom.
He's white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Young footballer proudly bought his mom a house. Magnificent. Raheem Sterling bought his mom Raheem Sterling bought a car or something like that. Flashy footballer. You see the difference? Why is that? Why they have to write the tabloids different because he's black? That's what I'm trying to say. So there is something against them. There's racism there. So as much as you would say racism don't exist, that's cool. I do believe, and the only part I would agree maybe to a bit with what you're saying is there's a lot of segregation that is formed off of these things, that people are being segregated a lot more. And the media plays into this, where they push things to keep us segregated because they don't want us to become one people. That's 100% true. But when you will say stuff that racism doesn't exist, that is also going to help people get angry. So you're going to fuel people's anger.
Don't you, when you really, really think about it,
I do.
When you really think about it, don't you think it's silly that human beings are fighting over race? Doesn't it sound like silly that human beings fight over different colors and race?
Look,
it's like a waste of air.
I understand that, and
you see it.
It's not said silly that they fight no racism. I don't think they fight no racism. I think it's fighting against racism. That's what I think. I don't think they're fighting for racism.
No, they fight one trying to be better than the other.
Me personally, I think it's more fighting against the racism. So they're fighting for the racism to come to an end, to stop it. So we're not.
But all they're doing is creating more so-called division.
But who creates it?
The people that are fighting, trying to make someone else act like them.
The white people are creating it.
What? No wonder the white people threw you out of their race.
I know.
I don't blame them.
No wonder black people threw it out of their race. Hey, man. I'm just saying, anyway.